Hey friends, Cowboy Jobu here at the Jobu Sports Report, and thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. We're closing in on 10,000, and I can't wait. Thank each and every one of you guys. Well, we've been talking about Richard Sherman and how the locker room is not getting along with since the Super Bowl when they did the boneheaded call. Instead of running Marshawn Lynch for the touchdown, they decided to pass, intercept, and lose the game. Now, it seems like they keep saying everything is hunky-dory, but yet we keep hearing story after story, and it's my bet that Richard Sherman will not be part of the Seattle Seahawks for this season. Let's go to First Take. It's been a while since I've done that, and check out what they have to say about the situation.
Blasted an ESPN.com report that there is internal division and tension in the Seahawks locker room, saying that anonymous sources are cowards, telling USA Today this: if you have a comment, if you've got something to say, you've got something to ask or something, and you're not willing to put your name on it, you're kind of a coward. But maybe they're not cowards, and maybe these people never existed, because who knows? You don't even have to exist. You don't have to prove anything in this world anymore. Stephen A., is Richard Sherman taking too much heat for the issues going on in Seattle?
He's been taking too much heat. I feel adamant about this for quite a long time. And, you know, he's absolutely right with what he's saying in terms of calling out anonymous sources. Because, listen, in this business, we use them all the time because they have interest to protect. There's no question about it. But there is a level of integrity that's supposed to come with being a member of the media as well. And a lot of times you do find folks with apparently with agendas that are not willing to put their name in it. It's one of the reasons why, Max, I get so angry at professional athletes all the time, because I'm standing front and center. You know exactly where I stand, and they'll hate on me but smile in the face to folks who smile in their face all the time and talk behind their back at every damn turn, but don't respect individuals that'll look them in the face and let them know where they stand. I have no patience for that. I don't entertain it, and I move from it. But to answer the question directly, Richard Sherman has taken entirely too much heat because everything has been sliding in the wrong direction since Pete Carroll and Darrell Bevell made what I consider to be the dumbest call in the history of the Super Bowl when they decided not to give Marshawn Lynch the ball from the half-yard line and decided Russell Wilson should be the hero by throwing that pass that was intercepted by Malcolm Butler. You got a lot of people who believe, and I like Pete Carroll, but it's just the truth. A lot of guys truly, truly believe that it was the wrong call to make because they wanted Russell Wilson to be the hero. It's a lot to do with why Marshawn Lynch didn't want to be there anymore, why Cam Chancellor ultimately had attitude, the Earl Wagners and the Bobby Wagners rather, and Earl Thomases and others had issues or whatever, because, again, the right call wasn't made. And the intent and the agenda behind it, right or wrongly, was brought into question. Of course, Richard Sherman's going to have an attitude. He'll never get over that Super Bowl loss. Neither would the rest of them, even though they may choose to act differently. But Richard Sherman has been taking entirely too much heat because he goes out there and he performs, and his boys go out there and perform with him. This is not their problem. This is a problem with the coach and a horrible decision that cost them a Super Bowl championship. Everything emanates from that.
I agree with half of Richard Sherman's sentiment. Not that anonymous sources are necessarily cowards. As you say, Stephen A., that's an ad hominem attack, but it is a cowardly thing to do. To go after a guy, especially in your own locker room, and not put your name to it, it's messed up. Richard Sherman is right, and I doubt, it's not impossible, but I doubt he's been an anonymous source. He seems to put his name to it and stand there and take the heat, and I respect Richard Sherman for that. I don't like, however, the insinuation, it seems to me, that the reporter maybe didn't have a source at all, just because the source was anonymous. Reporters rely on anonymous sourcing at times. It's important throughout the history of journalism in this country, and they can be used, and to question whether the anonymous source even exists is kind of messed up. You're questioning whether the reporter is ethical or not. And I understand you may not like the fact that there seems to be negative stuff coming from this report, but if you say that, just like you'd like someone to put their name to it, Richard Sherman should be able to back that up rather than just throw it out there into the ether. Oh, maybe the anonymous source doesn't even exist. Who knows? That I found a little bit messed up, but I do understand what he means. Like, you know, Richard Sherman says controversial stuff right there on TV. right in front of everyone and stands there and takes the heat. And if someone wants to go on at him anonymously, he has a right to catch feelings behind that.
And you can see why Miss Price is a fan favorite. She just spreads the love, or spreading the mojo. What a great night, friends, and it's going to all end tomorrow night with a great victory over the Washington Redskins.